Okay, welcome to the call. We are on, let's see, step number, let me get my screen settled. So we're on step number 4. Yes, sorry about that. I'm sitting here looking. Step number 4, present your product and service as a solution. So we've talked about finding qualified people. We've talked about developing relationships of trust, discovering people's needs. Today we're going to talk about present your product and service as a solution. We've got, oh, I thought we only had 2 more weeks. Answering questions and concerns. Last week we did discovering your needs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. I was going to say, well, if it's not presenting product as a solution, we're going to hear a second time about that because that's what we're going to talk about today. So then we have answering questions and concerns. We already did how to close a sale. That's what got this thing started. And then how to take such good care of our customers, they're going to bring us more customers and become great friends of ours. So let's jump into today's talk on, how do we deliver our product as a solution? So last week we talked about digging out their needs and asking those questions so that we really get to the bottom of what their needs are. If we don't get to the bottom of their needs, it's pointless. They're not going to buy Juice Plus from us because there's no reason to. You may get one sale, but my guess is they're not going to stick with us. Maybe they'll buy it for you, but they're not going to stick with us. All right, so here's what we're going to talk about. There's 4 points to create, basically delivering our product as a solution. So first and foremost is to state the challenge. If we've done a great job digging out the need, this point should be pretty easy. So we matter-of-factly state the challenge, the problem, the pain, or maybe the gain. So I'd write those 4 words down. I'm looking for, what's their challenge? Maybe they can't get their kids to eat right. Or what's their problem? Maybe they're dealing with a health challenge. Or maybe there's pain associated with having migraines or arthritis or whatever. There's pain associated. Or they're looking for a gain. What would that gain be? Maybe their health is here and they're trying to take their health to a whole nother level. So once I've dug out their reason or their need, then I'm going to, the whole preface of delivering this solution is going to evolve around their challenge, problem, pain, or gain. Challenge, problem, pain, or gain. And so you really want to state it. You said XYZ or you said ABC. So let's talk about someone's dealing with what's a problem. Someone's got to let's do a challenge. What kind of challenge does someone have? Someone throw something out.
Lupus.
Okay, so I'm talking to this person and they've got lupus. So what you want to do is repeating back to them so that they know, what their challenge is, their pain is, their problem is, the gain they're trying to get. So what I'm hearing you say, Erin, is you're struggling with lupus, and so really identifying it, because here's what I've happened to me in the past. I've made an assumption on someone's pain. I remember specifically this lady had just lost her mom to breast cancer. I am talking all about breast cancer, and I'm thinking that was the challenge, the problem, the pain associated. But I made the assumption versus really digging in and getting to the need. The more I talked to her and I kept focusing on her mom, breast cancer, what came out was her mindset was totally somewhere else. And her reason for even being interested in Juice Plus was actually had to do with her kids. and I totally missed it. So I think when we state the challenge, the problem, the pain, or the gain they're looking for, they're going to let you know if we've missed it. Does that make sense? And I got to be honest, this was a great reminder. I watched a video that I thought was excellent, and she walked through these 4 points. So don't think I came up with this. Nothing I ever present is my own work. So I don't know what the lady's name was, but it was a good little video. All right, so that's number 1. State the challenge, the problem, the pain, or the gain. Number 2, talk about the product. Okay, remember we did that call about the 7 by Amy Porterfield, about the 7 secrets to talking about your product. You guys, if I'll post this again, but we need to get so good with this verbiage that when it comes to talking about the product, the solution, the features that we have to offer, I mean, that when we're done chit-chatting about this second point, talking about the product, they can't wait to get their hands on it. You know, we talked about having a little tagline so that it's our tagline that we're comfortable with, that'll flow off our tongue. It's 30 raw fruits and vegetables that are vine ripened, to the peak ripeness that last week, you know, to the point that we can talk about it like we're talking about in our sleep. You know, tell what it is. Juice Plus is whole food. I hammer that out so that I don't have my customers saying, yeah, I need some more vitamins. That's like fingernails on a chalkboard, you know? So talk about those things, that what Juice Plus truly is. It's bioavailable. You know, there's 4 things right there. Talk about what it isn't. You know, Juice Plus is not an isolated synthetic supplement. You know, talk about why it's unique. I love the fact that we have the Children's Health Study. I love the fact that it's peer reviewed with 40 plus studies. You know, 2 or 3 things that make us unique, you know, and identify, you know, I want you guys to go back and have this literally in a laminated document by your computer so that you can talk this product like there's no tomorrow. So first and foremost, we got to know their needs and state them. Next, we got to know our product and how to talk about it. Go back and watch that coaching call and print this document out so that we know how to present the product. Number 3, we got to state the benefits. And here's what I'm going to challenge you guys to do. You remember last week, and I'm going to quit sharing just for a second because I want to see a show of hands. Okay, last week we talked about, when we talked about, oh gosh, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, the recordings on Facebook. We talked about going and listening to at least 1 recording a week so that we build our verbiage when it comes to needs, diseases, issues. Did you guys go do that? Anybody go listen to a recording? Karen did, Brenda did, I did, Allison did, Latanya did. Who else did homework last week?
I did.
Okay, Tish, Miracles raised her hand, Erin's raised her hand. You guys, let's make sure. I love Miracles. You don't see her face, but this little hand showing up. Y'all see that? That's so cute. I wanted to learn how to do that. Okay, so you guys, make it a point that this is part of our DMO, is watching 1 thing on that recording Facebook group a week. Because when it comes to this, back to this point 3, let me start sharing again. This point 3 where it says state the benefits, if I am constantly building my knowledge of how Juice Plus impacts all these different diseases, I can quickly talk in a very educated way with somebody who does have lupus. And what I do know, if I'm talking to Erin, and let's say Erin has lupus, what I do know is Juice Plus does wonders when it comes to autoimmune diseases. And I just noticed that down through the years with my own customers, and then there's tons of stuff on that Facebook group recordings that talk about autoimmune disease. And if I know lupus is an autoimmune disease, you can talk about it in general, and you don't have to be specific where we're getting ourselves in trouble. But from a general standpoint, you know, the impact that Juice Plus can have on people with autoimmune diseases. And I talk about my friend Karen. Karen, I use you all the time. The impact that it had on her, what I know about autoimmune diseases, and I learned this from Karen. You have one, most likely you're going to get another and another and another. That's how it works. And usually when I make that statement to someone who has an autoimmune disease, they start shaking their head. Yes, you're right. And what I'm doing, because I can speak intelligently or somewhat, is I'm building credibility with that person and in confidence that, oh my goodness, she's feeling what I'm dealing with and knows and understands. And so that's what we're doing, is we're building confidence and credibility with that person. Okay, so then number 4, offer the proof. Offer the proof. And you guys, here's where our research comes into play. Although we don't have anything specific on autoimmune diseases, what we want to do is really build our knowledge and understanding of the research. And this month, our big team training is going to be on the product. And I think I'm going to raise my hand. As our NMD group, we take turns doing this big team training. I think I'm going to raise my hand on this one and say, I really kind of want to do this training because I want to really solidify. I feel like the product side, we've learned a lot with that 7 secrets that Amy Porterfield taught us. But I really want to dig into the research and almost attach all the stuff we learned on that Amy Porterfield in our product to here's what the research says, and know the actual research. Not that I got to read the whole research, but I know here's what this research, this is the proof that it does X, Y, Z, and proof that it does this, and proof that it does that. So that when we're walking through these stating, I've learned how to dig out their need. I know how to talk about the product. I know the benefits. So the product information's coming from that Amy Porterfield training that we did, the coaching chat. The stating the benefits is going to come from that recordings, immersing myself in those recordings 1 a week. That's not too much to ask. Most of them are 30 minutes. And then lastly, just know on July 22nd, we're going to do a big team training, and we're going to talk about the research so that when we're offering proof, we're not getting ourselves in trouble talking about 100 different things. We keep directing people back to our research, because that is our proof. Not like we got to wear them out, but if we got one-liners and we direct it to this research, here's what came out from this research that was done on Juice Plus. So state the challenge, talk about the product, state the benefits, and then offer the proof. That's how we deliver the solution to these people. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to open up everybody, let's workshop this a bit the next 5 minutes. Okay, so those are the 4 steps that we walk through when we're delivering the solution to somebody. The last thing we do, which is not on there, that just kind of puts a bow on it, is then we talk about the price. And you guys do not, let me share with you the screen one. Don't shy away from this. I think when we shy away from this, what happens is I think it makes it seem like we're ashamed or we think the price is too high. But if we lean in to the price and say, here's how much it costs, my recommendation, when we're talking about, let me go back to those 4 points before I get to this one and give you some verbiage. So in point number 1, state the challenge, problem, pain, or gain. This is the verbiage. You said you were trying to do ABC, whatever it is. Erin, you said that you're dealing with lupus. So we got to state the problem. The second thing, the verbiage there is, it's talking about the product. So what they're doing is, we've got to recommend. So you're telling me you have lupus, Erin. What I would recommend is I would start at least with our flagship product, and that is what's called our trio. So you state what they need. You know what? If they've got the omega, then and maybe I'm doing arthritis, I would talk about the omega. So, what they're waiting for us to recommend something. So number 2, I recommend the following. And then we say why we're recommending the following. Then point number 3, the benefit to you is, or this will help you because. Then I'd probably refer right back to that recordings Facebook group. The benefit is going to be, if I'm talking about the omegas, I would talk about my own story with my knees. I just hiked. We went to Belize last week, and I hiked in the rainforest. I am telling you what, the hill was like this. Literally, we had ropes pulling ourselves up. I'm here to tell you, those omegas have done wonders for my knees, which I've injured both of my knees from running. Unbelievable. Scott looked at me and goes, how's your knees? I'm like, I looked at him and said, I cannot believe I am like going up the side of a mountain. And so I probably talk about that. That's my story. And I would talk about why I always recommend people starting out with the trio, but here's why I also recommend doing the quad and adding the omegas. Okay, so and then I would tell them about my benefits. And then lastly, offer the proof. And with that, that's when you want to state the research, maybe talk about your own testimonial, examples of what you've seen with some of your customers in the past. We got to be careful and not overinflate and sound like everybody who does this. Here's what I've noticed personally. So we're not like, you do this, it's going to take care of this for you. We just state, here's what I've noticed. Here's what I've personally experienced. Or here's a recording that talks about why, fruits and vegetables, why this would make sense to take it with what you have going on. And then lastly, we want to don't shy away. If you order the trio, it's $71.25 a month. This to me, I used to use personally. I'm telling you what, once I realized how inexpensive Juice Plus was and how much cheaper I could get and how many more fruits and vegetables that they're vine ripened, Juice Plus financially made so much more sense. Don't shy away from it. And you can get your child's for free. That's $47.50 a month you're getting for free because of our Healthy Family Starts. Does that make sense? So don't shy away from this. Show this, speak right into it, speak confidently. And I'm telling you what, if we don't have a problem with the price, most of the time they're not going to have a problem with the price either. Okay, questions. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to end the recording, and then we're just going to